Oh my God. I don't know why my microphone was off. I, I don't know if that happened to me the last time. But I'm sorry about that. Yes, we can be happy no matter who wins the presidency here in the United States. Because it is up to us, no matter who they elect, even though what they do will affect our pocketbook, it would affect the people around us, but it doesn't have to affect us personally. As long as we govern ourselves correctly and do our best to obey all laws, save money, go to work, take care of our family, eat healthy, exercise, and be social and help others, that's all we are obligated to do. And when you have somebody in the White House that is acting as a trying to be a fascist and racist, that's going to generate a lot of anxiety among people like me that want peace, that want happiness, that want to see people's lives get better, and try to stop all the mayhem that is going on in our streets. I can't say it enough. Why are our young ones being slaughtered in the streets? Why are these black men killing our black women and children at a high rate that is just out of this world? Where did this come from? Why is this happening? We don't have enough black leaders that is really trying to pinpoint the reason that this is happening. Could it be some um, Dr. Heckle, Mr. Hyde thing going on? Is they doing something to our children? And the family is being so dysfunctional that it's hard to even contemplate what the problem is because nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to really express their feelings because their feelings somehow has been severed. It's really bad. It's really bad, you know. And all this stuff that is coming out about this man, and people literally are acting like maybe it's not true. Where uh, all you got to do is go into his past and see that he's done all this stuff. And everybody that wants to act like these people that are rich are not doing something illegal or wrong, it's crazy. You do not get rich by following the rules, by doing everything right. You don't get rich like that. Mm-mm. No. And why do we have all of these rich people? Because us stupid people keep giving them our money. And we love to really we generally be happy for these rich people, even though we don't have uh, a freezer full of steaks and shrimp, or a chef coming to cook it. We just exhilarated and happy when we hear these people singing and acting and making all these old jiffy products for us to use, and oh, we just happily give them our money. We would spend $500 for some concert tickets, but we are the first ones to start fussing and hollering about the food is too high, The gas is too high. Oh, I can't pay my bills. Okay. But you look into that audience. All the people in that audience is not rich. And I have yet to leave this house and don't see thousands of people on the road driving. Stores full. Somebody got some money. People just like to complain. You don't hear us complaining. Oh, the gas used to be 99 cents. A loaf of bread used to be 50 cents. Now you can barely find a loaf of bread under $3. Do you see us complaining? No. Because what's the point? You still gonna buy the bread. It's but I just want people to know that I do believe that Kamala will prevail because we need somebody that we can listen to, our kids can listen to, and someone that we could cut off the TV and don't feel like we're the most hated or feel like we have to hate somebody. That hate is really wearing out because it's time for us to start loving. You know, and then you hear about them talking about Christian nation and Jesus and all this stuff. It just shows you all the time it has always been a hoax. Like they love to say something that's a hoax. What happened to the Jesus coming back? They got Trump now, so they ain't worried about Jesus coming back. Because oh, remember we used to hear that all the time. Yeah, well, you still got some people out here that's saying that. I'm telling you, religion has been really detrimental to our tremendous mental illness going on. Because when I heard about that one lady, it's been a few, but this one lady, particular lady, on the highway, she pulled over, got out the car, left her kids in the car, and said she was going to find Jesus. And they found her dead in some water. Um, some people make it sound like it's so easy. Just pray about it. Just give it to Jesus. Just talk to the preacher about it. But that does not take away the anxiety. That does not pay your bills. That does not make your family love you. That only makes you feel worse because now you're feeling like it's you. Something's wrong with you because God's not helping me. So something must be wrong with me. And I've had people tell me that before. because I hardly got along with anybody in the churches that I went to. And they told me, well, it must be you. Well, because when I go in a church or anywhere, my mind is not closed. I have an open mind wherever I go. And I'm listening to whatever somebody's saying. And if it don't sound right, and I'm going to research about it, and I'm going to talk about it, and I'm not going to believe everything that come out your mouth. Okay? Because I'm looking at it like this. You are telling me something that I could read in the Bible and see that it's not real. By what I'm reading and by what I'm seeing and by what I'm hearing. I've seen it firsthand. The way people act in church and the way they act when they leave church. They got their church face and they got their at home face. And whenever somebody convinces you to tell a lie, you should know by now. You should know that it's wrong. The way they got, people in church really having people celebrate Christmas as Jesus' birthday. Jesus was not born on December the 25th, but they're convincing you that somehow Jesus has something to do with December the 25th. They don't explain it to you. I could see if they explain it to the child and tell them, well, this is why we celebrate this, because it's a worldly thing to do, you know, but they don't do that. A lot of families don't do that. I know we didn't, Jesus was nowhere near our Christmas. And that is really, that makes a person feel really bad too. When they think that they celebrating this entity that is so ominous and loving, but they don't see it in their home. And that's why we are living among a lot of confused people. And I think the ones that really have it the worst are our black boys and girls, our black men, because they have a lot to tend with. They have to grow up to be the breadwinner, the leader, the strong one, the protector. But they're not being taught to be that way, because they are having to give their really their recognition to these mythical characters like Easter and Santa Claus and all this stuff. It's a shame that they do that. Why are you letting a Santa Claus take away what you done and do every day? And see, that's why my family didn't like me, because I always looked at stuff realistically. um, for some odd reason, one day it was so long ago I can barely remember, but I remember because I always ask myself, why would I do that? Why would I ask my father, how do I know you're my father? And his question, and his answer had to be way out there because all his answers are way out there. But I asked questions, and back then, but I know especially in my family, you didn't ask questions. You was not allowed to ask questions. You was not allowed to have feelings. And if you look at it, that is a harsh reality that's between relationships. The empathy is gone. The sympathy is gone because feelings are not involved. We pretending because a lot of us, and practically the whole, I'm just going to say the United States, as far as I know, is living in a mythical world. Most of us now was born into television, radio, a lot of pretending. You don't know what's real. And now the kids are living with digital games, PlayStation games on their phone, and you see grown men playing them, looking at TV. That's got to do something to your mind psychologically. It does. And we are people that love peace and harmony is being swept away with this nonchalant, confused world. That the level of cruelty is out of this world. That we literally have people like take that Musk. Is that his name? Musk? Now he has so much, and they call him the richest man on the planet. I don't believe that. That is, I don't know why people say that. Okay. He has all this money, and he's getting into space and robots and all this stuff. He grew up looking at TV, right? We all looked at TV. We looked at all this stuff because we seen a lot of this stuff that we used to look at on Star Trek coming true, with the cell phones. You remember those things that bring me up, beam me up, Scotty, flip phone thing, never thought that was, we didn't think it couldn't happen. We just didn't know when. And it's a lot of this stuff. And this is a wicked man that he's coming up with this. Now he's having rockets. Now he wants to, and all the time they doing all this stuff. They don't care that they're destroying the planet. They don't care that they is taking away people's health and livelihood because they are taking away people's land so they can build these fantastic, no telling what they doing, factories, and then destroying their land and their water and their air. People, they doing all this for what? When you have people right here that needs help. So I'm all I want to say is no matter what happens, we're going to have to be happy. And I'm telling you, every black person on this planet, as long as you live in it, America, you are never going to be free and you're never going to be generally happy. There's no genuine happiness here for any black person in America. But you can be happy because some of us can't leave. I was looking at this aerial vacation of Africa. Oh, they have so many beautiful places over there. Why we're not going over there building communities for people like me that just want to live and be who we are without walking around with a target on our backs because we're black. That's what we face every day in this America because of people like Trump and his hate-filled followers. And our kids are going to have to grow up to go through the same thing because it's never going away. And I say never because black people over here is getting dumber and dumber. Because if you're going to have some black people that's going to be supporting the racists, and then you got black people over here that's talking about a black woman so bad, and then you have people over here, black people over here, that all they want to do is party, drink, and get high, and wear their Gucci and think they got it going on. Oh, and the unity is getting smaller and smaller because we don't have any black leaders that is really telling us really what's going on, because a lot of us can't find this stuff out because we got two part-time jobs, kids, home to take care of. We are barely holding on by a thread. So we really need to, and these most of these black commentaries on YouTube, they just basically out for the money. They, everybody wants to talk about Trump and this election and all this stuff, while our kids are being slaughtered in the streets, and we're not being told the truth of what's going on. So I'm gonna get off of here, and I want to thank you for listening. I wish I knew somebody that really wants to talk about being happy and thriving in America and leave if you can. I haven't heard nobody talk about get the hell out of this godforsaken country. Thank you for listening.